take you to court and challenge you if you are doing your business and you are in the National Assembly.
This problem,
nobody, yes, nobody can do it and succeed in the court because if you say that the 181 days that you are, which is the minimum you are going to stay, it has already made you a part-time member, and therefore if you made yourself a full-time, it is at your own peril.
Committee sittings is part of their work, and that one is not done in their constituency. Committee sittings,
which
you know very well. You know very well.
I know
that there are committees,
yes,
and that outside that, without that committees, you can't go for any oversight.
Yes,
you can't go.
What do they get to talk when they go for the committee meeting?
Fine. What they get to talk, like for example, in aviation, most of these problems that you have in the aviation
let's
sector,
assume it wasn't there.
There will be a problem somewhere.
Okay, not as humongous as we have, right?
Not necessarily aviation. It may be health. It may be whatever.
Yeah.
There are 91 committees in the house. 91, yes, 91 committees.
Yes,
now, an average member belongs to like 3, minimum of 3, up to 5 at times. So, how do you expect that person to participate in those committees? Each time they sit in those committees, that is part of the time they are supposed to use for the work. It's not for their office. It's not for their personal business.
Okay, before you respond.
Right. No, they need time.
Before you respond,
what's expected of them?
You will respond to him, and you will also respond to something that is bothering my mind, which I alluded to in my opening speech. The argument is that, okay, looking at the relationship we have right now with the executive and the legislature, you think if these guys give any breathing space, there won't be a collapse? We'll answer those questions. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll look at these issues as regards whether we should have a full-time or a part-time in legislative processes. Welcome back. We're still facing off tonight on the issue of the National Assembly. Should they just be in their offices, spend some time in the offices, run into the assembly, do one or two things and get back to their business, or shouldn't they? I have Honorable Solomon to my left who thinks they should just be on part-time, while Honorable Wasiu thinks the work is so humongous, they have a lot to do, that they should be there 24/7. So, I mean, there was a question that was posed to you before we went on break, and which had to do with the kind of experiences, or let me call it experience, we have right now between the executive and the legislative arm of government. You think there should really be there should be a time gap where they should be away? I mean, given the kind of things that go on right now?
I think it's very healthy. It's healthy because the executive, for me, they should put their foot down and ensure that the constitution is being obeyed. We keep talking about constitution, whereas the one we have, we are not obeying it to the fullest. The executive should ensure that the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission stick to their guns by ensuring that these boys, these honorable, distinguished honorable and senators that operate in the National Assembly are being paid on part-time. Because it is by so doing that the National Assembly member will now know that to become a National Assembly member is not a business, that it is a sacrifice you are going to make, that you are going to forfeit something for you to be called a honorable, that for you to become a honorable, there is something you are going to lose. If going there is to feather your nest, or if going there is to behave like the executive, to go and execute contract, then there is no difference between you and the executive. And that is the problem, the friction that we are having as we speak.
You think so?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Why don't you think so?
The reason is very simple. Fine. What we're having now is very healthy. The gains of these things that we're having on the ground now is that most of these honorables, as well as the executives, everybody will now want to do their work the way it should be done. Normally, my people said that if you have two brothers and they enter a room and they come out laughing, definitely one is deceiving the other. But if the two of them comes out and they frown, you know that definitely there is serious business going inside. The same thing is happening now. If the executives and the legislative arms are having problems, I mean they're having disputes.
No.
Whatever they feel.
No, my question is, I mean, given that experience right now, you think a full-time activity of the National Assembly would help ease it out, or you think a part-time would be inimical? That's my question.
I don't believe in what he's saying. The reason is this: you keep on saying part-time, as if it is only plenary that is the job. Now,
you want us to change? Maybe we should change the nomenclature part-time.
Before the House went on recess, there was a PIB bill that was passed.
No, it's not passed. That was sent.
Sorry.
Sent to the house.
That was sent to the house, and it was said that okay, give every member a copy, so that everybody will go through and probably come back with whatever. Now, that is part of the job they are supposed to do. They are not going to sleep.
You see, you are looking at the National Assembly are men and women who are already senile. The National Assembly of a country are supposed to be their best brain. These are supposed to be
that's the way it's supposed to be.
These are supposed to be egghead.
They are not the best brain.
Even if they are not paid.
I have a problem when you say they are not the best brains. How did they get there?
That's what they have just said.
Even if they are,
what is happening is that
not paid,
that's if they are not the best brains.
to make law for this country.
That another person that you see in that
the
place,
respect they are supposed to
very few of them are well grounded. Very few of them. Majority of them.
So they waste. You're suggesting that they go there, waste time to study and study and study because they're not grounded.
It is not left for the public. It is not left for the public that is seeing.
That you go and study.
The public is watching everything. Whether you like it, whether you make it.
Will you say because they are not one grounded, the nation should bear the burden and pay for their inefficiency for 13 years? I have never seen any student for 13 years in the same school.
These
and
people
yet,
are not students, for God's sake.
Then you are just saying so. You are saying that they are learning.
Whether you are a student, yes.
So and at what point?
You don't have to be a student.
Will they perfect?
Even in government.
At what point will they perfect?
Even in government, people learn.
No one is in doubt.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
No one is in doubt.
So what you are saying, is that
years, we no longer have excuse.
What you are saying
within the first 1 or 2 years, yes, but
we don't have the experience
of.
You keep on making reference to US and so. We don't have the experience they have. They have passed through these things. American democracy is hundreds of years now.
Then we are lucky to have read them. We are lucky to have studied and read them. That this is the road they pass through.
It doesn't mean you are
and so if these people are not reading, it's their fault.
Because if you don't have the experience, you are only reading. There's a difference between reading and
recess. They're on recess right now, isn't it?
Yes.
They're on recess and they'll be resuming convening back in September.
Ask him now.
What's happening right now? What is happening now in their recession? Now they're on break. I mean, what's really going on? Are they working?
Yeah. Why they are on break?
Are they also being paid?
Some committees.
No. I don't know.
Committees.
No, they are being paid.
How many of you have been there?
Committees are holding meetings now. Well, look. If they go on recess,
they are being paid.
You only sign if they go on recess.
Of them. It's because the issue is
99% is as good as zero.
Let me also tell you this.
Whether they are on recess or not, so many committees will convene and say, okay, we are meeting by this time. We are meeting. Some of them are saying Abuja. They are not in their constituencies. And probably before they now come back, some of them will now create time to go back to their constituencies.
Are you also suggesting that the PIB the draft of PIB that has been given to them, by the time they return, it won't be more like somebody begins to open the page one and they begin to discuss page one. It's expected that they should have also read it.
Yes.
And say they are working.
Yes.
See,
it is not only the PIB.
No, I'm just using that. I mean, that's
yes. At least if you have gone through page for page. If you have any amendment there, you have check.
The danger in what you are saying now, you are exposing the National Assembly member to jail.
There's nothing like jail.
Now, listen. Let me make the point. That institution is my institution, and I owe it a right to protect it anytime, any day. But when there are issues, you would have asked me why do I say you are exposing them to go to jail? The Constitution forbids you, if you are doing a full-time job, to engage in another full-time job. Most of the National Assembly members, listen, I'm just trying to tell you now. Most of the National Assembly members, they are doing businesses, and they still do those businesses till date. The Constitution only allow you to carry on with the business of farming if you are going to take another full-time job. The moment you are going to be paid from the public treasury on full-time basis, the Code of Conduct ought to have visited you to explain why you will not resign from this job that you are doing and to go and get and take another full-time job.
Now tell
so they all risk to be jailed if you insist that they have to be on full-time job.
Then really,
tell Code of Conduct to do their job because you don't have to do it for them.
You're really scaring me. I mean, what system are they running now? Are they running full-time, paid full-time, so you don't do any other full-time? What are they really running now?
That question goes to him.
Okay.
Because the Constitution already has provided that they should be on part-time. The moment they go on full-time, which is what my friend argued, and this is what they are doing now, because he claimed that even while they are on recess, that they are still sitting, they are still being paid from public treasury, then the Code of Conduct, they are not doing their job, or they need to visit all members of the National Assembly and take a look at their public declaration.
What is your understanding about that section 104.63?
Yes.
What's your
Section 104.
What's your understanding about it? Or on it?
My understanding, whatever my understanding is.
No, I want to know.
No. The one is.
My understanding of what is there.
That's when he talked about how many days, I mean,
You
181
must sit
days,
minimum.
blah, 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 blah,
Yes.
blah.
You must sit for plenary,
Yes.
not for committees.
Why didn't it capture that?
It cannot come because you have so many committees, and these people are broken down into committees. They can't sit the way they sit on plenary.
Can committee not
sake.
come and sit in my constituency? Must we sit in Abuja?
In which constituency?
No.
In your constituency. When you have someone from
Committee
Lagos
on
in that
Aviation
committee, the person comes to your
Lagos.
constituency and sit
What
down.
forbid the committee on pulse reform to sit in Abuja?
When they are sitting,
why must they be in Abuja?
When they are doing okay, wherever where they are sitting, are they doing family business there?
That is the sacrifice. That I keep
Why do they have
reminding
committee
you.
meeting?
I keep reminding you.
Why do they have
You
committee
call them
rooms?
honorable.
Why do they have
So what
committee rooms?
distinguish them from the executive?
Honorable, why do they have committee rooms?
No, there is no data about
Why
that.
do they have committee rooms?
Yes, they have
Why do
committee-
they have
But
committee
you know what?
secretaries?
I've been to that National
Why
Assembly.
committee staff?
I've been to the National Assembly,
Yes.
and I think it's some beautiful edifice.
Yes.
Beautiful offices,
Yes.
beautiful. Those places, those rooms where they do the probe and all of it. Beautiful places, a lot of money, a lot of
I
money.
hope they have not invited you for probe.
No, nobody can.
Why do they have committee meetings if they are supposed to come and sit in your constituency?
I think the building itself make provisions for
Everything committee
meaning
meetings.
that the building in the structure, architectural
Yes.
structure of that building, it already accommodates that
Yes.
there has to be a full time.
Yes,
If the building,
they have the structures is so big that they have amenities for everything.
Yeah, so that they can work
Committee meetings,
365 days.
they have library, they have everything. You can do your research, you can do whatever you want to do. Then you go back to your constituencies and meet your people. The same thing.
See, you are getting this wrong.
There is
The mere
nothing like-
fact that I'm
Okay,
here
is
in Channel
community
Studio
sitting
today,
illegal?
does it make me a full-time staff of
Honorable
Channel?
Edoja, answer this question.
You spend few hours and you get away.
Wait.
So no matter how
When it is
beautiful,
9 o'clock,
no
I'll
matter-
send you out.
Answer this question.
no matter how beautiful this edifice
Is
is,
committee sitting illegal?
no, it is not.
Then what's the problem?
Then answer my question.
Is it part of the 181?
Must-
Is the committee still part of the 181?
Must you be paid for every of your energy in the National Assembly?
I have just
Must you be
answered.
paid?
No, answer that question.
No,
Committee
must you be
meeting
paid
is not
for
it's not a family meeting.
every
It's
sacrifice
not your
you make?
family meeting. It's not
No,
it's not a family
Nigeria is
meeting.
our family now.
No, you would have
It
asked
is
me.
not their own family
No,
meeting.
you would have asked me the day they sit on Sunday.
Bunch
You would
of
have said that you should be paid overtime. The day they sat on Sunday.
Nigerians
No.
want they are sitting on Sunday.
No, in Nigeria never said
Nigerians
so.
are happy.
They decided.
You have a background in accountancy.
I'm still a student there.
You're still a student there, meaning that means you know a little mathematics.
Yes.
Yeah, you do a lot of calculations. 25%, my brother, of a national budget.
Yes.
On few people.
A few people. Out of 167 million, less than
25%.
Yes.
That was then.
now.
It has shrinked.
Yes, because
You see,
everybody
and
saw
you-
it.
you-
Everybody saw it when they said they have reduced their allowances and so on. Everybody heard when they
Is
said
that,
that.
is it the allowance that is the problem, or in the area where they interface with the executive? That is where the problem comes.
Where is that?
Where they interface with the
Where
executive.
is that?
That is where you see. I expect
Where is that now? Say it,
the
say it.
executive must put their heads like what they are doing to one of our colleagues now. They need to continue until we see the end, and I expect that by now such colleagues will have resigned, because we are talking about people who should be morally sound. It's not everything that is about the constitution.
That is the reason
constitution
why I said
has-
it is still a learning
I
process.
also think-
No,
if
after
it's
30
constituency,
years,
wait.
you can no
If it's
longer be
constituency-
forgiven.
If
I
his
grew
constituency,
up-
if
I
his
grew up-
constituency does not deem it fit to recall him,
No,
that shows
there are
our
provision.
level.
There are provisions in the house. There are
When that provision, they should start.
Rights and privileges
They should start.
that
Even
will
if
make
they-
us, if you refuse
even if they are not able to
refuse
exhaust it before
resign,
the end of the-
we
they
can
should
suspend-
start.
No, we can suspend you.
Look,
We can suspend you if you refuse.
they should start. Okay, do you know that to tell you that we are still learning?
Because right
during
now,
Salisu Buhari's
as we speak, you only appear in the house I think once, and you know that Section 70, if it does not appear at least more than 1/3, which is at least 61 days and above in that house, it loses his seat in the National Assembly. And so,
But has that ever happened?
no, that's what the Constitution says.
Yeah, I know.
It's for somebody to pick it up. So what he will have
Is
done,
that the fault of
and
the
we don't know
honorable?
within these 61 days that he will not be appearing out of shame. Is it not honorable for him to just resign? That to wait.
Is it the fault of the honorable? That is the reason why I said it is still a learning process.
No,
can I-
it is still because you send people
if the people
who have
Something
dubious
just struck
character.
me now. Something
Yes.
just struck me now. I grew up in a family where my dad, our house used to host meetings, family fellowship meetings for Christians. I'm a Christian, and other meetings. And I know that sometimes, at some point, he held portfolios, like either he was a treasurer or the president of some association. When he had to hold the public trust in terms of money as a treasurer, he didn't need to be paid for it, because it's more like whatever the meeting is about or the congregation is about is for one single purpose. Maybe they are meeting here in Lagos because in the village they don't have a transformer. So they plan, they build, they get money, they contribute and send and get this transformer, as it were. Now what I'm saying is this, that job was done in addition to what he did as a profession. He carried on these two things, and he only get paid from his own profession. This was more like a contribution, and he never got paid for it like every other person.
Such things
Now,
are still happening.
my question
Such things are still happening.
This nation, the problem
So
we
it's
face
different
in this
from
nation
legislative
today.
work.
No, the problem we are facing in this nation today. If you are called upon to come and serve this country in your capacity as a former honorable member on a pro bono basis, you know that way
Pro bono?
Yes, without payment.
I'm not sure anybody can do a pro bono for.
Yes. Now, will you do it or you will not?
I will not now,
Why?
because I don't have the resources.
Huh?
Honest answer.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I will not now because
Because Nigeria is,
no,
you don't believe in the country, or you don't believe somebody will make sacrifice for the country.
Because,
tell me, yes.
because the responsibility given to me, I don't have the wherewithal to do it satisfactorily.
If you don't get allowances.
If you don't get money.
Because I need money to move around.
Okay.
Even you are a politician.
No,
you are a politician.
Assuming all that you
are
need to move around is giving, you are giving a car, you are giving a driver,
Give me, I
and
will
your
do.
car is being fueled.
I will
But
do.
they needed your brain, they needed your
I will
energy
do.
to go and serve.
I will do.
Then if you can do that,
I will
won't stop a legislator who want to go and checkmate the executive. Because the problem we have, all of us agree that the executive that have been in government for too long, they messed up. Because you cannot hold the legislative arm accountable for the mess that is going on in the whatever sector. You have to hold the executive. Now, why will you hold the executive if yourself cannot checkmate yourself?
Look, it is
I
very, very
overheard,
simple.
before you answer that question, I overheard one of the members of the House saying that if we have consistent and continued oversight, that there won't be need for probes. Meaning that if you do consistent
Exactly.
oversights, there won't
Exactly.
be need for probes.
Exactly.
Then I asked myself, if you need to do oversight, it's about really, okay, for instance, you want to talk about downstream oil and gas. You know that most activities of the downstream is around Lagos, Port Harcourt, few maybe in Warri.
Ondo, some parts of
Yeah,
Ondo
so
and so on.
if you interface regularly
Yes.
with those downstream guys who are always in Lagos, it means that over time you are spending more time in Lagos
In your
than
constituency.
Abuja.
Yes.
And as it were, it means that you are in your constituency. Is that not what it should be?
Every member of that committee does not come from that area.
But even if it's only 2 members that
Whether-
can give
whether-
you vital
yes, and
information
send back to-
the member of the committee and somebody who is on the spot who witnessed what is going on.
I know
You see,
Pastor
That
Really,
is why.
the
That is why you
problem
have.
of the-
That is why
see,
you have subcommittees. Even within committees, you have subcommittees.
Yes.
When we are saying committee oversight,
You
it
see,
does not mean that.
you
Let's
see-
say there are 8. It doesn't mean that every 8 we move about. Even within the committees, you have subcommittees. Maybe 2 or 3 people, 4 people, or so.
I think the argument
So-
really,
so
the argument
those are
really is
people-
to
Now
ensure
go.
that
Every
whatever
other
they
person-
do,
That they
you
do
are
it
cutting
well.
down on costs.
That's it. You are not supposed to add to the cost.
Okay.
Now today,
Let me tell you something.
Now today, the executive
In DPR, wait.
the executive
DPR is supposed to be the inspector division of the NNPC.
Yes.
They're supposed to go on the field, go and see the quantity of oil that is being pumped and so on and so forth. They are more or less our eyes there. Now, but what do you have on the ground? Most times when DPR people are going to do their oversight, what do you have? It is your company that will send chopper. It is your company that will send all this, because DPR will tell you they don't have chopper. At times, maybe they will give you money. It is the company that will book hotel for him. How do you expect that kind of person?
So we should forget about
so
if we are helpless,
what I'm saying,
so what are we really?
What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. That if you ask the person to go and go and do it free, the person cannot do it free.
See,
if you need to go on chopper, you go on chopper, you fuel the chopper,
provide for
probably
everything.
rent.
See, that thing you call oversight.
Yeah.
Section 88 of the Constitution calls it investigation.
Fantastic.
Yes. Now,
investigation,
listen now. No, let
whether
us be clear.
oversight.
No, terminology.
What is there is that you need to be independent.
Now, you see,
that's why
the National Assembly. See,
part of the
National Assembly of today.
The auditor must be independent.
Very, very independent.
If you are not independent, there is no way you can do anything.
Do whatever they want to do, even on part-time basis, because you now have men and women who are honorable. We now have men and women who are actually distinguished senators. It's just a few of them that are into this mess that interface with the executive. As we speak, I believe the National Assembly, after 13 years, is in position to checkmate the executive. Because if they don't, whatever pitfall of the executive, they will so mess them up. You see, today the executive...
There is an improvement in checking
There is no more the executive.
They started with the election of the speaker.
Now, when
everybody knew
when you see what the finance minister is saying, he has tactically won a black shirt on all legislators by saying that all these indices, he produced an index that he has a budget performance of 56%. That the 56. National Assembly says 12.6. But the coordinating minister has tactically said that, look, all these few gray areas are in the area of constituency projects. In other words, it is your greed and avarice that is responsible for the non-implementation of the project
You made a point. You made a point. Hold on. You made a point about DPR, for instance.
Yes.
Or any such oversight.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean that's an exceptional case where, for instance, you need to go to oil bunkering area. You need a chopper. How about me being
independent?
Yes. I know. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
How about me being a superb chartered accounting officer who has a renowned firm based whatever, Lagos, Abuja. No, you don't understand. No, what I'm trying to say is
very, very
buoyant.
No,
I'm buoyant. I'm talking about independence right now. I'm buoyant, I'm everything. And at that point, I take up some legislative job. I mean, it's within my purview. I don't need to buy too many things to be able to do the job because already I run an accounting firm. So it's even easier for me to be in a committee where maybe in appropriation committee for maybe capital markets. Now, so I don't need to get allocations for money to buy anything because already I'm an accounting firm. They just required a few resources here and there. And I can second some of my staff and say, you go check this. There's freedom of information bill anyway. So go check this, just check this. We don't need all the humongous money.
It is not only that particular person.
No. See, another problem we have.
No, because if we have, I'm saying that if we have such people,
fine.
If
you have
flooded in the house, professionals.
You have professionals in various fields.
Yes, flooded the house.
Like
we then need to
for example,
take out this so much money from the system.
For example, the reason why I'm saying we are still learning is that.
No.
Yes.
See, the one area where I totally defy is this.
Whether anybody likes
it or
not.
We are in this mess. All of us knows. Today we say over 74% of our budget is spent on recurrent expenditure.
Yes.
And if we spend 74 on recurrent, and the National Assembly is part of it.
Generally.
Listen now. It's National Assembly that is going to carry out investigation on the other arm to ensure that they live a prudent and judicious life, that they manage their income, they manage their budget the very way that it is expected of them. For instance, they budgeted 250 billion, they jacked it up to 2.7, some say 2.6. If the National Assembly are ready to cut down on their own,
they have already cut.
If they have done that, no, it's not reflecting because as we speak, the roads are
what do you mean it's not reflecting? Have you seen it?
No, if they cut.
Why are you saying it's not reflecting?
No, it's not reflecting on Nigerians because Nigerians know that National Assembly of the country is for their own good. is for their own good and it's not
They
to come and punish
everybody,
them.
everybody heard when they said
But
they are
does the lifestyle of an
you hold
average
the executive
member
responsible
of
for
National
implementing the
Assembly?
budget, and that's
No,
why they are
I'm
fighting
asking you this question.
that
The lifestyle of an average National Assembly who left your constituency as a pauper some few months ago, does he in any way tell you that there is sacrifice on them?
Okay, before you answer that question, we're trying to draw curtains here. You just have been more about morality, sacrifice.
Yes.
Just have been more like we are learning, and we need to learn on the job. And we need to.
It will be better because if you keep me in one school for too long,
I'm gonna give you.
I will become an investor.
whether you like
I'm
it or
gonna give you
not.
now.
We are
Officially, I'm gonna give you
Yes.
40 seconds.
Yes.
It sounds little, but it's a lot. Articulate your point, and in your closing remarks on this part-time, full-time thing. Justify the humongous bills that is being paid on these people. Justify the capital. Justify everything. And why do you think you should continue to run full-time? You will do that also in 40 seconds.
No problem.
And start.
Yeah. The reason why I said it should be full-time is that looking at the job and what is expected of an average legislator, from the plenary to the committee sittings, that is not illegal, is a legal sitting. The meetings in their various constituencies, having a feel of their constituencies is not illegal.
Okay.
That's why they have constituency office. That's why you have committee offices. Going on oversights, if we have been having good oversights,
5 seconds.
we'll not be having this problem that we're having. So they need to be more grounded.
Time.
Putting round pegs in round holes, that will solve the problem.
For me, the solution is this. Our various constituencies, Nigerians in this, we need to open our eyes.
Okay.
We need to open our eyes, shine our eyes properly for our legislator. They must be part of us. They must be the same as we met them. Any attempt for them to live an extraordinary life must be investigated because we send them there to make laws for us. And as we speak, I expect that pressure group like Governor Forum and
5
the rest
seconds.
of them should ensure that this time around they should unbundle the 63 items you have on the exclusive legislatively and download some of them to the state.
All right.
So that we have enough
Thank
time.
you very much. Your time is up. We've been facing off tonight here on Channels TV. We had two guests, Mr. Doja and Mr. Wasiu. The problem has all the issues have been around the National Assembly, full-time or part-time. It's inexhaustible. Issue of morality or whether they should earn so much money or not. Next week, we promise we'll be back with some other topical issue where we'll have two sides. And until then, thanks for allowing us be a part of your evening. Good night.